How's it going, everybody? In this video, we're going to be breaking down how to max out your Green Goblin Classic with the current slate of characters in June of 2024. Now, the reason we're doing a special opening is because this is going to be the most daunting, the most complex, the most demanding on our resources. Because although Black Cat needed a character like Dormammu and Old Man Logan, it became trivial once we had them. Well, somewhat trivial. Here, we got to build up Rebirth. But because Rebirth is a dead team, we instead only build up Captain America Paid Carter to a very, very big degree. You're going to see it in the video. For new Avengers, we try and get through on a budget, so at least we can save some resources there, even though we've had to use those characters for past legendary events. And then there is the city villain section with, you need kind of Green Goblin to get through that section healthily if you're not trying to do like big punch downs. You're going to make sure you have him unlocked before you try and get him maxed. And then there's the tech section. So there's a lot that goes in this video. It is super long. Please make sure you check out the timestamps to see exactly what you're trying to work towards. But don't just go to the node that you're struggling with. Go to the node before it that corresponds with that same tag or that has similar tags, like City Villain has a lot of tech characters. There's a lot of cooldown management that can go into this that can help you make it a lot easier for you. I just want to do this special opening because it is going to be the most difficult one to max out, but he's definitely worth it. He is by far, the best legendary character that is currently in the bi-weekly slate, right? Until Old Man Logan gets added in there, probably 8 months from now. Green Goblin, he's the big treasure for the legendary events currently in Marvel Strike Force. Anyway, guys, I really hope this helps you out. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below, and I'm going to answer them as soon as I can. But for now, good luck getting your Green Goblin class and max, guys. Have fun. How's it going, guys? We only have one more legendary to max out for the guys we've been putting out in the year 2024, I guess. You know, if you're watching this way in the future, if this is like December 2024, even 2025 at this point, just know there's probably new teams that you could use instead of what I'm showcasing here. Maybe I'll have updated videos by then. Green Goblin Classic. The Nightmare unlock. Because we got to do this Rebirth node, and we got to do these new Avenger nodes. Both teams that are phased out right now, maybe in the future if you're watching this, they've updated what is required for that, which would be very optimal. But if not, this is what we're going to attempt to do. So, to get the maximum points, we need 1.4 million, so we have to do difficulty 8. And we're only going to attach the World at War Scourge. We need to have that for our new Avengers to function. We got to have Second Wind on. This is when any character drops with 50% life, generate 2 ability energy. That's going to be very crucial for our Rebirth team. And Snake Eyes. So on spawn, player characters gain increased crit chance. Enemy characters gain increased crit damage. And then Science Bros on spawn, Pegasus characters gain the new Avengers trait. And Hydra characters gain the Masters of Evil trait. And that's it. Let's go do some gameplay. Alright, so we're going to tackle the first unrestricted node with just 4-piece Extreme Team. The reason we're only going to go in with the 4 is because I want Sunspot to take as many turns as possible here. This isn't really necessary because those Global Blaster nodes are quite easy with the Extreme Team. So I don't need to stack the Sunspot passive. That is to say, when Sunspot does his basic attack, he's going to gain charges. When he hits a certain amount of charges, he's going to increase the damage that his allies do, right? It's a very integral part of the Extreme Kit. So that's kind of what I'm gaming here right now, but it's not completely necessary. Unfortunately, we're blinded, so we're not going to get the double tap here into the vulnerable, but we do get the 1 charge you see just appear up on Sunspot. And then this is also going to get dodge, or miss rather, because we're blinded. And then this will do a nice little cleanse. And you know what? Let's target the Black Cat over here so you get those buffs. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Stun on Sunspot is very unoptimal because, again, we want him to do attacks, and also it rips his charge off. Thanks, Black Cat. You kind of suck. But our Extreme team should be able just to weather this storm and eventually pull back. All right, let's clear the board with the Nightcrawler ultimate. You got those death proofs off of Black Cat. And I guess we'll turn our attention to this Mr. Negative before he does his dreaded ultimate. Can be very painful. So my team is quite big, guys. My team is built for, higher difficulties of raids and for causing my opponents problems in the Crucible and all kinds of stuff like that. So it may not be this smooth for you. Rogue is using her ultimate here instead of her special because she got pushed low. So it's a double-edged sword, right? When enemies get pushed below 50% life, they're also going to get that energy. Keep that in mind. All right, we'll get on the Black Cat now. Yeah, you can see the Extreme team. They're just perfectly fine with what they're doing here. I want to try and get a Vulnerable up on this Maria Hill, or at least one of the Maria Hills. Yeah, we got it up on both. That's perfect. So now when Sunspot does his basic, we'll target the one that's still alive, and he's going to get 2 charges from that. Good stuff. Doesn't look like we're going to get nearly as much charges as I would have liked. I would have liked him to get up to like 5 or 6, but he got targeted by pretty much all the worst stuff. It's not going to be a run breaker. I don't have to reset the run or anything like that. It's just annoying. He's at least going to get 3 charges. Good enough. He'll get the rest up on that next Global Blaster node. All right, so let's head into the Rebirth node, which is, I mean, it's half the problem of this trial for sure. So the Rebirth team, absolutely garbage. You shouldn't build them at all if you can help it, right? The At a Time team, still a really good war team, really proven itself in lots of modes. So we're leaning into those characters that have been reworked for that team, namely Captain America and Peggy Carter. And we're going to put them on polar opposite ends of each other because we want to avoid any sort of chain damage. You might notice I built up my Agent Venom to level 75 Gear Tier 14. That did feel necessary for this. And I left the other people at level 1. Building up Agent... So the reason we build up Agent Venom instead of Winter Soldier is because sometimes it's nice to throw Agent Venom in with the At a Time team and go use Black Knight on his own. That's not always the case, but it is if you're going to try and face a new Avengers in war and possibly this Alpha Flight team. We'll see how that shakes up, right? Alternatively, if you wanted to build up Winter Soldier instead, it's because you want to do something with Zemo. That's kind of an outdated idea, but I do know that some people still play around with it for fun. Maybe it'll be a Hydra rework someday in the future, but I don't know. As far as ISOs go here, I do have Stryker on Captain America, Skirmisher on Agent Venom. We really just kind of want him to land defense down. And then Raider on Peggy Carter, and that's for damage. My Captain America and my Peggy Carter right now are level 94, ISO level 3, 0 T4s on them, but they are 1 piece from being Gear Tier 18. This is kind of necessary for them to even have a possibility of surviving. I would actually recommend you wait until they're level 95 Gear Tier 18. I don't have a problem doing that because war teams have such a long lifespan that I know Captain America and Peggy Carter are going to give me lots of value for this build down the road. But this is a big investment. This is going to be the biggest investment we've ever put in for a single character, right? So we're going to go ahead and ult with Peggy Carter. That's going to do a cleanse. And as a Raider, she should get a lot of nice crits out there. Captain America as a Stryker, I'm going to use this ultimate. Let's eat up that defense up on the Shuri and try and get her low. She is our primary kill target. Defense down from the Agent Venom missed. That's normally how it's going to go. It's fine. The fact that he died 3rd and not 1st is a little concerning. It means it's going to take a while for Peggy Carter to revive him. But by the time we get to that second wave, he'll probably be in the mix. So you see Peggy Carter then finished off that Shuri, but we're not out of the woods yet. If Captain America dies here, then we would be resetting for sure. Once we survive this wave, it gets a little bit easier, but again, it's not guaranteed. We'll see if Captain America even survives this, though. All right, so we're going to taunt, get defense up, as well as some deflex. Peggy Carter's going to ult, and this is going to bring us back into the match here. We're hovering that like 60% life, so we're going to continually get energy over and over and over again. And that's kind of what we're going for here. If we had them as healer ISOs, it'd be a little bit easier just to maintain full life, but then we wouldn't be getting this energy all over the place. See, the Captain America as a Stryker takes out those characters that extra damage. It's helping him a lot. Let's get that taunt up for more energy. Unfortunately, it looks like the Black Panther 1 million is going to steal it all. And now what I really want to do is I want to try and get rid of the Nakia and the Black Panther 1 million. Unfortunately, they both have stealth. They both have immunity. It is what it is. Let's just try and do as much damage to them as possible. All right. Taunt from M'Baku. Because he's going to be getting energy as well when he drops below 50% life, we are going to be seeing a lot of taunts kind of falling over the place here. So we do got to be a little careful. I'm going to ult, just see if we can do some damage to that Okoye up there. Gear Tier 14, Agent Venom. He's not really going to do much here, right? I kind of just wanted him to help me maybe get some defense downs there. Defense downs out, that sort of thing. Black Panther 1 million is my kill target here, although we accidentally take out the Okoye. The reason for Black Panther 1,000,000, quite simply, is he keeps stealing my buffs, and also he's the one who gives the defense down to us, which can cause us to die here. We want to avoid that as much as possible. Alright, we getting some damage in there. Let's retaunt. Black Panther didn't go above 50% with all those heals. That's great for us. Throw this ultimate. Black Panther, he's almost down. He keeps just slightly healing. Stryker and Captain America is going to kind of prove its worth here now. One more hit. Perfect. We nailed it. We're going to save that ultimate from Captain America so we can get through some of these pre-taunts that come in on Wave 2. So the kind of the biggest threat now is the Red Guardians giving defense up and the Killmongers trying to ping down the weakest life target. That will, like, spam happen to you, and that could be very, very scary and annoying. So we have the taunt off of one of the Red Guardians. Their next turns will be their specials, which will give them taunt back, and it's going to give the defense up, so we want to try and avoid that, if possible. So there goes the M'Baku. Assist comes in on one of the Red Guardians. I'm going to go ahead and throw the taunt up. They are going to get their abilities off. There's no shot these two tank and healer characters are going to kill those Red Guardian tanks in time. So I'm going to go ahead and do the taunt, give ourselves immunity. And you can see what I was talking about there with those Killmongers doing quite a bit of damage with their passive. And there's some more damage coming in. I'm going to use the taunt again from Captain America because I want Peggy to be able to ult and bring him back from the brink. And yes, as Demon is saying in the chat, had I put Skirmisher on the 2 level 1 guys, I would have had extra vulnerables flying around, and that could have definitely been helpful. Alright, so as soon as we get off the Red Guardian taunts, we're going to switch focus to the tanky, the squishier members, namely the Killmongers, especially the one that's further away. Just because if we can take them out, then the damage threat goes away in a big, big way, right? I will go ahead and use the ultimate here. Captain America is kind of my only damage. Alright, and one Killmonger gone. That's great. Now I want to be a little bit careful because the next wave is going to spawn in with a Captain Marvel, and that could be absolutely horrendous for us. So we're going to be a little careful. Turn our attention to the next Killmonger. Alright. And we'll get that taunt up, which is going to protect our Peggy Carter. Very, very good. So you can see how this is an absolute just slobber knocker of a fight. And this is only half the problem with this trial. We also got to remember that the new Avenger nodes, they're also going to be difficult. So the second Killmonger is down. And now what I would love to do is focus down the Yelena. I mean, what I would really like to do is focus down the Nakia. And if she ever got out of stealth, that's exactly what I would be doing. Alright, there's another taunt from the Guardian. Yelena's now in stealth too, but she'll actually eventually drop out of it. She's not, it's not a fake stunt. No, it's a real one. Okay. So the Red Guardians being absolute jerks. Get through their taunts. And I guess we'll start working the Red Guardian that doesn't have defense up and see if we can't make a dent in on him. Alright, Yelena is back on the menu, even though she has defense up. Let's go for her. This is unfortunate that it's going to chain to the Red Guardian. Okay, thank God we didn't push him. That's great. How annoying is this node? Let me tell you. We're going to taunt, get some energy. Damage on the Yelena. Hopefully we got a crit on her. Sure didn't. And now she's back under stealth, unfortunately. Alright, we'll throw the shield, get the defense up off. We're back on this Red Guardian. But if we can get him down before he does his taunt, which he probably will because we just gave him energy, then that would be very helpful so we don't have to deal with two taunts over and over and over again. There goes Red Guardian. But now we do have 3 Wakandans on the field with the Captain Marvel, who is absolutely a threat. Once again, I'll shift focus to the Shuri. If we don't take the Shuri out, she's just going to ping pong with energy and heals, defense up, all that kind of stuff over and over and over again. So we get a defense down on her. She immediately clears it. That's very unfortunate. Captain America doing his best job with that taunt. We love to see it. Some good damage and heals coming in here. The assist from the Agent Venom got the defense up off Shuri, which is great. Now we'll have to wait and see if we can actually kill her. Try and get defense down on her again. Ugh. The resist. Very, very painful resist. All right, throw that shield. We got an assist from Agent Venom. Oh, look how good Agent Venom is. That's fantastic. Defense down is on Yelena. So we'll try and take her out now with the striker from Captain America. Now, we're not out of the woods yet. We still are in a dangerous spot. And we almost don't want to revive anymore until this Black Panther is off the field. I am going to do it because I do think that even if he gets extra turns, my out-of-time members, like he just did, will be able to kind of weather the storm. That slow on Peggy is not nice. Hopefully Captain America is going to cleanse it on his next turn. He sure is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we are now 10 minutes into one fight. And we have to do all 10 notes, guys. Green Goblin Classic is the best legendary that is currently available in this like bi-weekly schedule, right? It definitely goes Green Goblin Classic, then Black Cat, then maybe Red Hulk, and then Nova. So it's unfortunate that this is going to be the one where we got to put the most resources into kind of these war teams. But at the end of the day, Green Goblin Classic, he's an amazing war character, amazing crucible character. Whenever a Flash event pops up, you're going to be really happy to have a bigger Sinister Six. So it becomes worth it for sure. All right, we throw that ultimate with Peggy Carter. And as far as maintaining cooldowns heading into the next node, I would really like to do that. However, I'm going to wait until it's like just Red Guardian left. And then I'm going to just spam basics. And the Red Guardian is probably going to do a bunch of healing. It might even come down to the fact of not being able to kill him without using cooldowns. But we'll tackle that when we get there. All right, let's throw the dreaded Agent Venom ultimate. Oh, it did nothing. Okay. So Captain Marvel is now down. It's just Nakia and Red Guardian. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on auto basic. And we'll target this Nakia because she doesn't have stealth. She just looks like she does. Now she has stealth. And we should be able to get all of our cooldowns back and hopefully get through these guys without having to use anything. Although I do think we might have to use the Captain America shield to get through the defense up. He's just going to keep reapplying it if we're not careful. Come on, get a crit. Oh no, he's going to taunt. And it looks like he's going before Captain America, unfortunately. Oh, okay, well, he didn't get his... He didn't get his taunt because he didn't have enough life when he did the abilities, so that's good. But we did just give him more energy, so he might just spam it again? Or maybe he ults now? Yeah, his healer ISO is so troll. So troll. Alright, bam, bam. Again, we have him below the threshold, so he's not going to taunt, but he's not going to die either like this. All right, Captain America, finish the job. You can do it. Oh, that ass can do it all day. Perfect. All right, so there you go, guys. Took us 14 minutes to get through this one node. Hope you enjoyed me trying to pull out strings to have something to commentate on during this fight. It really is just get in there, take an ass whooping, slowly pick apart the Shuris and the Wakanda members as soon as you can. Get by those taunts and pray that you don't get tunneled down too hard on one of the characters. It's garbage, but hey, it's the cost-efficient way to get through the node. Alright, so for the City Villain team, we're going to be using our Sinister Superior 6 Hybrid team. We have unlocked Goblin by doing a lesser method before we try and get the max, so this is going to be very, very helpful in getting through this. We also have Kraven, Vulture, Mysterio, and if we just want to see the size of this team, I do have a slightly bigger Goblin now, working him up to eventually go into DD6. The rest of the characters, they're still where they used to be in the last video. So, let's get in there and let's mix it up. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is get rid of the Noir and the Spider-Man 2099. So we're going to target this left side first. We'll go ahead and we'll alt. Make sure we target into somebody that has a vulnerable, since we do have Striker on our Goblin. Let's go ahead and put the ability block on the Noir here. Keep in mind, the Scarlet Spiders, when they get energy, they're going to be doing their ultimate, which can be very, very annoying. So ability blocking them is perfectly acceptable as well. Vulture ultimate. We got one dodge. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and start targeting the Noir and the 2099 again. The reason we do that is because I just don't want them to be left up when the Spider Weaver drops in. I'll ability block and blind everybody. Of course, that same Scarlet Spider went ahead and dodged it. Alright, so Noir is nice and controlled over there. And then we're going to finish up on the 2099 here. Got rid of the one punk as well, which is great. And now I'm actually going to put my attention into this Scarlet Spider because he seems to be a dodging maniac. And I know he's going to ult on the next turn. I'm going to save the Kraven ultimate, and that's when we should start talking about cooldowns on this node. We do want to walk away with some things available. I strongly recommend we try and walk away with Vulture ultimate. Not try, we need to walk away with Vulture ultimate for the next wave, or the next node. It's going to be very, very important. Let's flip those death proofs. So that should be a dead Black Cat. She should probably just die to those death proofs. I'm going to attack anybody but Weaver right now, because I don't want her to get the speed bar before we get some controlling effects in on her. This could put us slow if it calls in the Doc Ock. Looks like it called in the Kraven. That's okay. And let's see if we can't finish off this Weaver now. Perfect. So we do have a nice cooldown left from the Kraven, which is great. We do have the summon up from Doc Ock. That's good as well. I want to see Vulture's cooldowns. He might be a little bit too far. We might want to reset. Nah, he's got his ultimate up. And that should be enough for us to gain control of that next wave, the next node. Alright, so the Global Blaster section. This section is so much wider and more variety given to you than we had before. So, we have Iron Patriot, who we need to build up for Old Man Logan eventually. Great Crucible character, so I go for him. Sunfire is now a must build on the Alpha Flight team, so you might as well throw him in there. We got Gambit on the Extreme team, Sunspot on the Extreme team, and Darkhawk is sitting over there on the Pegasus team. So this should be pretty easy just to walk through. If you've built up Archangel for the Apocalypse Saga, that's something you're working towards, I would sub him in over probably Darkhawk at this point. Also, if you do have a big Cyclops, you can put him in as well because he's have a lot of synergy with the Extreme fellas. And I could definitely see the value there. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to ult with Sunspot. This should clear the wave for us. Yeah. Since Extreme was added, this section of the event, if you will, has become so much easier. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and ult here as well because it's unavoidable. Taking out the Ebony Mob before he ults. Let's go ahead and take out the Silver Surfer. By attacking into the vulnerable, our Sunspot's going to get an additional charge. This is important, right? Because as we go from node to node, we're not going to have any energy, but every energy that Sunspot has, he actually also gives to Gambit. So Gambit has nothing available right now, but with 5 charges on Sunspot, he's going to be immediately able to ult. And that's kind of why this section is trivial now. The tech section is actually like a gift for us. If we didn't get Vulture's cooldowns ready, then I could bring Vulture in here to make sure he has his ultimate up for that next city hero node. Goblin, I noticed, was very far from his ultimate, so I'll bring in Goblin. He's going to have some nice synergy with Kestrel. Doc Ock, far from his ultimate, I'm going to bring him in as well. And then, you know, we use some cooldowns from Iron Patriot. They're all going to get some cooldowns back. The people who are going to do the main lifting here is going to be our Kang and our Kestrel. My Kang and Kestrel are gigantic. I built them up for various means. I pulled a 3 diamond on Kang, which was insane. So I hard farmed him. He's definitely helped me in like Dark Dimension 6 and all over the place. And Kestrel, obviously, for that Pegasus team. You will not need a team this big for this node, though it'll help. And I would suggest either saving your Doom or just prepping Doom's cooldown on this node for the final node. But for me in particular, this node is going to be an absolute joke with Kang just probably obliterating everybody. All right, I'll go ahead and use the basic over here. So our Doc Ock is getting closer. I'll use the special from Kestrel. Hopefully takes out that Dazzler. Sure did. And then we're not going to use any cooldowns from the people that we're trying to, you know, build them up for the next nodes. If Iron Patriot dies, it'd be a bummer. I don't know if I would care enough to reset it, to be honest with you. Because I did bring him in here to get his special back up, but if he were to die, for the purpose of this video, I'd probably just leave it. All right, we're going to go for the death pools on this next wave until the, I believe it is the X Factor members drop in. Let's get a bunch of defense downs out there. Just fuel that Kestrel. Iron Patriot also putting defense downs out there to fuel the Kestrel. And Kang, he could ult here. It would completely wipe the wave. I'm just going to chill on that for a minute, though. We'll save that ultimate for the next tech wave, just to make it that much easier. Get rid of the beast next. And I guess we'll go for the long shot after that. The Deadpool on this node, for those of you who are new to the game, please remember they don't get the rework stats or the rework kit. So you don't need to worry about that. We're going to open up with Goblin Ultimate on the next node, so I'll use this special here, since you'll have it back up for his second turn anyway. And there you go. And now we're heading into the next huge issue, which is New Avengers. And how big do we need our New Avengers to be? All right, so we're now heading into the New Avengers node. This one's super tough, but you notice I have a team on a big budget here. So they're all level 80. They're all gear tier 15. The only T4 on the team currently is the Mockingbird Ultimate, though I am going to be putting one on the Tiger Ultimate for the next node. You can do it right away if you want. So this is this is a huge RNG check unless you build this team higher. What I will say is today, somebody showed me a picture of New Avengers beating Skrull Hivemind on a 3 million punch-up. So New Avengers are a really, really good team in war. First check, by the way, if you hit a Spider-Man big time with the Tiger special, you immediately have to back out. Also, if you have the Tiger special T4, this becomes a lot easier, but I literally only have enough for one T4, and you have to have the Tiger T4 for the last node. So I can't go ahead and do both. But in a perfect world, you do both, which is what I'm trying to say. So the New Avengers team is so good in war, and war teams last for so long. Although you can do it with this 600 power team, like I just did it to make sure that it was possible, you can get through this week, but you don't have to. I don't hate the idea of building Tiger to the moon. I'm talking the same thing we did with the Captain America and Peggy Carter, all the way up to like gear tier 15, level 95, that sort of thing. She definitely has the value in war, and she's the heart and soul of the team in war. It's going to give you a lot of value long term is all I'm trying to say. So you could get through it like this if you just hate war, you hate New Avengers, you don't want to do anything with them, you got through what you needed to in the Red Hulk Surge, you just want to get through this. This is going to be possible, but it's very annoying. It's going to take a lot of resets. So you see, we didn't hit a big time Spider-Man there, so now my thing is going to go first. What we want to do is we want to stun the Spider-Man big time in the far left corner. So we're going to use Thing Ultimate in this case. That's going to peel all the buffs off, and then it lands the stun. The other big time Spider-Man is going to do his ultimate. If you have the T4 in Tigra, she has Safeguard, and she doesn't get all these debuffs. Doesn't really matter because we're going to cleanse them all here with the Mockingbird Ultimate. And when I say cleanse them all, I mean cleanse most of them. It's not even supposed to cleanse. It's supposed to flip them on Tigra. I'm not sure why it's bugged, but you see Tigra kept her disrupt there, which is very annoying. Now we're going to Ronin Stun. You got to use his special on the second Big Time Spider-Man. So we haven't let this Big Time Spider-Man really do anything yet, but we are getting absolutely teed off by the other Big Time Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a heal here. And now we're going to Tiger Ultimate. This is kind of the worst part about trying to do it on a big punch-up, is we have to use our cooldowns, but we also have to rely heavily on the 50% health Scourge that's going to also give us energy to give us those cooldowns back, because we need to have basically everything up for the final node. In this case, with these Assaulters, you want to attack the furthest swarm, because we don't want to hit those Big Time Spider-Mans with anybody but the people that do real damage. We'll do the special for Mockingbird on the Spider-Man Big Time that we need to die before he does his ultimate. And we didn't pass the check. So because he's doing his ultimate, we're going to be losing a lot of energy. Now, we could get it back from the Pact, but honestly, I would probably reset it at this point. And if anybody from the new Avengers team dies, you do have to reset it. So I do think the one Big Time Spider-Man will finally bleed out. I'm going to turn my attention to the second Big Time Spider-Man. Again, the Assaulters attack away from the action. I'll use the Tiger Ultimate here because it's going to give her stacks of dodge. And death proof, I believe. There you go. Again, I don't want to attack that Big Time Spider-Man unless I know the person is going to like stun or kill him, because otherwise he just gets speed bar over and over and over. So I'm attacking the Black Widows over here. I do have a stun from Ronin, but we're attacking into defense up. It was resisted. This is where we can start looking at ISOs, right? We can start looking at maybe we want to make Ronin a skirmisher ISO. Maybe we just want to reset until we land it, save our resources. These are the sort of questions that we're going to have to ask ourselves here. So we know Tiger's ult is still far enough away that it makes me nervous. And we just died. So now we got to back out and we got to do it again. This is going to take a lot of attempts unless we build them up higher. And now I'm being told we only lose energy when he's charged. So it's only the first time he does it. All right, so we're going to head and use the special over here. Again, we cannot let that Big Time Spider-Man get hit. We're going to go to the Big Time Spider-Man in the far back to stun him. Okay, by the way, the reason we have to stun the one in the far back is because he has a higher damage stat, or maybe it's a positioning thing, whatever the case may be. But Coulson's ultimate is always going to target that Spider-Man in the far back left. And because that gives him defense down, it's kind of the only way with this budgetary team we're able to get in there and kill a Big Time Spider-Man before he pops off. So Ronin stun yet again. Good chain there. We didn't hit the other Big Time Spider-Man, so we're saving ourselves some extra hits. Do a little bit of a heal. And we'll Tiger Ultimate. So the one Big Time Spider-Man, it looks like we got a better job bleeding him out, so he's going to die before he does anything, which is great. And now we're going to turn our attention to all the characters not named Big Time Spider-Man until we have something to control that Big Time Spider-Man. All right, this special from Coulson should strip the defense up off Big Time Spider-Man. It looks like it got resisted. So, it's just the way she goes. This flips deflex, minor deflex, death proof. So this isn't the move here. I'm just trying to find a way to get control of the Big Time Spider-Man. Everything he does is unavoidable, so that's not the move either. We're going to save these cooldowns for the next node. Again, attacking away from that Big Time Spider-Man as much as possible. Is Tiger dead, or has she just disappeared? Tiger might be dead. This might be a reset. Yeah, it's a reset. Tiger died. All right, we're going to give it another go. And this is going to be the reset city, guys. And so is node 10, by the way, which is why you don't want to hobble through this node. Hobbling through this node without the right cooldowns, you're going to get to node 10, you're going to sit there, you're not going to be able to do it. So just know that, like, spending extra time on this node, extra resets to make sure you're leaving it with cooldowns, hopefully leaving it with everybody, like, at least 50% life, that's going to help you dramatically on the final node. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fast forward until it's the final attempt, and you can see how it goes. Because you've seen how everything goes so far. It really is just a matter of leaning into the one pact, where when they drop below 50% life, they get 2 energy. I need my Tiger to drop. I need her to come back. I need my thing to drop. I need him to come back. It's how the enemy targets, so it's pure RNG. It's not exactly fun, engaging content to watch. So we're going to fast forward until the kill attempt now. But go buy a fucking training material offer and bring her stupid ass up to gear tier 16. A 3-diamond tiger would help on this note? I think so, Sloot. I think it'd be pretty good. I don't even have her at 7 red stars. I think she's at 6 red stars, which is not bad. Yeah, the bug is definitely not helping our cause here at all. I super love that the swarms weren't out yet. It makes me super warm and fuzzy inside. We'll try and punch the one in front of the big time, because we can't really chain damage him. We got to kill these swarms, otherwise they're going to wreck our day. Alright, so we're going to eat one swarm attack, it looks like. Which is one more than I would like, mind you. Do I rely on those bleeds? You should never rely on bleeds. But it's a scourge, so you can. Come on, don't dodge me, bitch. Tigress Striker bleeds are going to get the job done, right? 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 Yes. Okay. Okay. She needs 2 more turns. He needs 2 more turns. She needs many more turns. She needs many more turns. She needs 1 more turn. Ronan got pushed, so Ronan's good. Coulson needs 1 more turn. He's definitely going to get that. Tigra getting the stacks of dodge, so she keeps dodging Ghost and not getting pushed, is kind of bad for me here. Oh, wait, what? Tigra's good. I repeat, Tigra's good. She resisted it. But we're good. I'm gonna ult. Mockingbird is good. Ghost, oh my god, Ghost, don't do me like this, please. Just die, just die. Just die! She's dead to those bleeds. 1,000 billion% she's dead to those bleeds. They're tiger bleeds. We're good. Whoa! Alright, guys. Glad you got to see that final attempt. This was 50 minutes of work to get all of our cooldowns lined up in this way, except for the Ronin special, which does hurt to not have up, but we're going to live with it. Woo! Alright, City Villain Node. We're going in here with the same team as before. We have all our cooldowns available. Most importantly, that Mysterio special and the Vulture ultimate, along with the Green Goblin ultimate. You can prep all this stuff on the previous nodes to make sure you have it. So we start with a Vulture Terminator Rewind, and then we're going to lean into whatever Doctor Strange got a vulnerable. Looks like it's the one in the middle, so we're going to target him with our Green Goblin Classic Ultimate. Nice little rewind. Then the assist comes in to put defense down. We'll use the Kraven Ultimate. We'll use the Doc Ock Ultimate in this case. Extend all those debuffs. And then I want to ability block the Strange that I didn't put all that damage into. Alright, and we'll try and kill this Strange, see if we can get him to bleed out before he does his ultimate, but I doubt it. He's going to have so many debuffs, his ultimate will hurt us. And this is why we put the ability block on the other Strange. By putting the ability block on the other Strange, the first Strange, if he ult, he's going to kill the minions, he's going to give offense up to his friend, right? Because whenever an enemy dies, Strange gains offense up. So by ability blocking that one, we were able to avoid making sure the second Strange ult kills us kind of thing. All right, let's take down this Strange now since he hasn't ulted yet. That would be a bad time for us. And now the next wave should drop in momentarily, and we'll go for control as soon as possible. All right, this is great. Let's get the disrupt from Mysterio on that Magneto so he's not going to get speed up. And then we want to take out the Archangel and Magneto as fast as possible. But if I can throw a slow over here... Oh, slows didn't land from Vulture, unfortunately. It would have helped greatly, 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 greatly. I'm going to take out the Archangel here with the special from Goblin, because he's a big threat to us. And then it's all about the Rogue and the Magneto at this point. Alright, so Magneto is now out of the picture. Rogue no longer has her defense up. Yeah, we'll keep going for the Rogue here. We do have to worry about Psylocke throwing stuff back at us. Ooh, this is kind of interesting because we could ability block the Doom, but we also have to worry about this Psylocke throwing it back at us. So let's take account into who's going when. Looks like I should be able to ability block the Doom in this case. All right, let's go ahead and get a slow over there on the Psylocke. And now all in on the Rogue and the Apocalypse. Blind ability block goes out. That's great. Rewind from Vulture. Takes out that Psylocke. And because we have the ability block on Rogue, she's not going to taunt us and do all that nasty, nasty stuff. And now Rogue and Lady Deathstrike. Lady Deathstrike is still alive for now. There she goes. And now it's 5v1 against Apocalypse. Now this is not going to be automatic because he is going to get speed bar when we push him to 50% life. In the perfect world, we'd be able to get a Mysterio Disrupt on him the second he does his attack. And then he won't get the speed up, and then we'll be able to take him out from there. Though my Mysterio is stunned from the Apocalypse, so that definitely doesn't help my case right now. Alright, let's do the rewind on him. Plus just big damage from my Goblin. Hey, that was enough to get the kill. So you gotta have Goblin to unlock Goblin to max. Make sure you go get him small before you try and get the max version, guys. That was pretty smooth. That could have went bad in a lot of ways. It was depending on crits, who died when the next wave dropped in, what Mysterio dupes were giving energy to Mysterio to allow him to do the disrupt or to do the blind ability block at the key moments he did it. So there's a lot that went into that node that I didn't really... I'm not able to verbalize all these different variables all the time. So if you're having a hard time with that node, just know it's normal. And if you want to spice it up a little bit, you could replace Kraven and Doc Ock, I guess. Because you would want Vulture, Mysterio... No, you need to have 2 Superior 6. No. You could bring in Red Goblin, is what I'm trying to say. Red Goblin and Carnage, you would have to sit the Vulture, so you can't really do that. I think you need the full team that I just showed there, guys. If you're trying to do like big punch-ups. I think so. Global Blaster node, luckily, we've gone through a lot of tough fights so far. This node is not going to be as tough, which is very nice. So we take a little bit of damage. Darkhawk, if he were to die, I don't think I would have reset. I don't think I would have cared enough for that. Iron Patriot comes in, does some good damage. We're still stuck on 1 taunt, so I'll use the Sunspot special here. Darkhawk survived, and now you can see just these raid characters that we have built up for various reasons, they do so much damage, and because they're getting energy and damage from the Sunspot, it makes it pretty trivial, which is nice, in my opinion. So Sunfire does his special, then he does his ultimate, just absolutely obliterates the enemy. And at this point, I don't care if anybody lives or dies. Darkhawk for the tech section, I guess, could be interesting. Same with Iron Patriot, but we have our Pegasus. We have Doom. We have our Superior 6, which would be very beneficial. Like, we just used them before, but they would be also very, very good into the Red Hulk situation we're about to walk into, which is another very difficult node. But this is good enough for me. I'm just going to keep this. All right, the last tech node, it's not nearly as difficult as nodes 2, 6, or 10. Or the City Villain node that we just did. But it's not easy either with that final wave. Doom is a nice little cheat code here. And I do think that you should probably have Doom by the time you start going for the Green Goblin Classic max out, because you can do Black Cat with the Doom, which is very nice. So we're going to lean into him for this node, because this is going to be very... It's going to be a very, very nice luxury, and you got to build Doom up eventually anyway for Mephisto. So I think that this is a pretty good investment. He doesn't nearly need to be as big as mine is, but yeah. All right, so Doom immediately gets hurt. We're not going to... It was percentile damage, so he didn't get energy anyway, but we would not have used his ultimate. Kang clears the board. All right, let's do a little bit of a heal here. Those regens from Doom are going to push him back up, which is great. We'll throw the special. Should have targeted Red Hulk with that. That was my mistake. Let's ability block this Red Hulk. Didn't land. That's okay. We're going to use the Kang special. We got to take out this Red Hulk as soon as possible, because we're going to lean into the other Red Hulk. We're going to use the Doom on that one. I'm going to go for the special with Kestrel here. If it kills Red Hulk, great. If it doesn't kill the Red Hulk, this would be a reset. So, once again, our raid characters plus Kang are just being amazing for us. I'm going to go ahead and throw the ultimate, I guess. The blind's not going to do anything, and the defense down is just going to get flipped from the Viv Vision, but that's okay. Oh, Kang is going to go ahead and take his turn. Let's take out this Hulkbuster. Hulk is going to get very close to dead as well. Never mind, he got hit by a defense down ping from Kestrel. And now Doom ults. And this is where Doom just becomes an absolute treasure to have on this node. Because the Red Hulk is coming in and spawning with the immunity, because he spawns in with Green Hulk, Doom comes in, he makes sure that you get 3 attacks into him, and with the Kang, or with Kestrel, whatever situation you're going with, then you're able to just tunnel into the Red Hulk, right? So Red Hulk absolutely has no chance here. Kang is still taking 3 more turns. He only needed the 1. My Kang is extra big, I know that. You don't need Kang to be as big as the one you see here. But it's my baby account. I can't, like, re-roll another count. It would then take me another 160 days to get to the point where I don't have the same size of Kang. Anyway, let's go do node 10. Node 10 is a nightmare. All right, node 10. This node is an absolute nightmare. But we're going to go in here with our full new Avengers team. I do think you could replace the Coulson with Captain America, especially if you make Captain America a healer here. Lots of energy would go out there, lots of healing. It would definitely allow you to spam a lot of our more valuable abilities, right? The Mockingbird ultimate for the Terminator Rewind, the Thing ultimate for the stun with trauma, the Ronin special for the stun, and of course this Tiger ultimate, which I want to be very, very clear about this. This is instrumental. You have the T4, so the trauma that you see on all these enemies is applied. If you don't have this trauma, you're going to have a really, really, really bad time with this node. So let's go ahead and let's punch this Shang-Chi. Let's go for the Terminator Rewind. So they keep all that bleed damage. I'm going to go ahead and ult here. That's going to take out the Shang-Chi. He's obviously the biggest threat. And next we go for the Colleen Wing. Oh my god, I almost forgot her name. After that, we go for the Squirrel Girl. We basic over here onto the Squirrel Girl again, just trying to get rid of her, save some cooldowns. Good stuff. And now, as soon as we see this wave, we need to take out this Kate Bishop as soon as possible. But the Colleen Wing is also a big threat. You want to go for the Kate Bishop first. The Kate Bishop, with her blind, everything she's going to do to you is an absolute nightmare. Do not use your Thing ultimate right away. You want to save that for when Shang-Chi drops in, because we don't have the Tigra ultimate to kind of destroy that Shang-Chi this time. So keep going for the Kate. And hopefully Kate will bleed out at this point. We'll save that Ronin special as well. Perfect. So Kate is definitely going to bleed out. Now it's all hands on deck for this Shang-Chi. We got the stun trauma from Thing coming in, which is great. Coulson already blew his load, so he's not going to be able to help us as much as we would like. We could stun this Colleen Wing. We could stun the America Chavez. We could stun the Echo. There's lots of things we can do here. I'm going to go for the stun on Colleen Wing in this case. And then we go right back to that Shang-Chi, and we take him out. Lots of Tiger bleeds. Tiger as a striker was a very, very good swap. And come on, Shang-Chi, get out of here. There he goes. And from here, we should be okay. Just remember that because we had our Rebirth characters die, we cannot leave this node with like one person alive and try and come in for a cleanup. If we don't have all 5 people, we can't enter the node. All right, Calling Ring is now gone. This is going to be a great rewind on the people that it hits. We got another ultimate from Coulson. This is fantastic. That's huge damage that comes in. And finally, Tiger with the ultimate is going to seal the deal. So perfect. And that's it, guys. You can get this unlocked with a sub 700k new Avengers. Is it entirely worth it? I don't know. You are going to have a giant Peggy Carter in Captain America, and I do think that having Agent Venom built up to level 75 helped tremendously. Your city villain section with those Superior 6 members, you do have to have Green Goblin to get the max Virgin on a budget. That is also extremely helpful. So all these tips, I hope they helped you. I hope me talking through the fights helps you. And just know, guys, this was a lot of resetting because of that 6th node. That Spider-Man Big Time, all the things that I was walking you through, like, hey, Tiger's special cannot hit the Big Time Spider-Man, and then you stun the far left Big Time Spider-Man, then you tunnel that Big Time Spider-Man, and you got to really lean into what does the enemy do to you? Where are you going to get your energy from? And then can you rebound so that you enter node 10 like I entered? Because I made that look really easy, right? If I didn't have my cooldowns up going into that, that would have been absolute awful. So just be aware, like, this is not going to be super easy, and it only gets easier the bigger you build up your Captain America Peggy, the bigger you build up your new Avengers, and because they're war characters, they're going to have so much life left in the tank. So I do think that's worth it. But hey, I'm super pumped that I now have a maxed out Green Goblin Classic. That's going to be it for the current, like, reoccurring legendary events. I don't think the Old Man Logan is going to become reoccurring for quite a while. I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped I got this Green Goblin. He's definitely my favorite legendary character besides Old Man Logan on the recurring side, and I don't have enough gold to bring him all the way up. But I'll get the gold eventually. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and as always, stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.